Hey guys, real quick before we hop into the video, I want to give a shout out to G2A.com. I figured I'd put this on this video since it's sort of relevant. This video is about making money in GTA Online, and if you don't feel like making money in GTA Online by doing missions and grinding constantly, and you just want to buy a shark card, then G2A has some of the cheapest prices. Again, link in the description. You can check out. They have PC, Xbox One, PS4 shark cards, in addition to a bunch of other really cheap and awesome games. But look at this. For example, this week, and I think it's still going on, I don't know how long this is going to last, but the Xbox One shark cards are $10. These are the $20 shark cards. You get it for $10. That's a pretty good deal if you want to check it out. But anyway, I thought I'd let you guys know about that. Now, let's get on to the video. Hey everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best way for broke players to get $1 million. This is not going to be for GTA veterans because at this point you probably have most of the stuff I'll talk about, and you probably know the best ways to go about making money. If you're not making a new character, or if you're not starting from scratch, or if you don't have $0 in your bank account, your best bet is to go watch the video I did a few days ago called The Ultimate Money Guide. I'll leave a link to that in the description. I talk a little bit more about ways to make money if you do already have, you know, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, and you already have a CEO office and a biker club and, you know, all the stuff that Rockstar have added to the game. This video is going to be, like I said, starting from scratch. So assuming you have absolutely nothing, I'll show some of the ways that you can go about getting $1 million and then sustaining it. So hopefully this helps you out. If it does, I'd appreciate it if you could drop the video a like. And if you're new here and you like what I do, I'd appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. As the title states, broke to millionaire in 3 easy steps. And that's basically all it takes. 3 steps to get you $1 million. And then from there, you can go about doing whatever you want. If you want to do MC stuff, if you want to do CEO, business stuff. I'll touch on that a little bit at the end, but step 1, the 3 things we're going to need for step 1 is to be level 12, to get a fast car, and then our goal for this step is to get $200,000. Level 12, that should be pretty easy to get. If you're making a secondary character, you can just use your primary character's level, so you don't need to worry about it there. If you're broke and you're looking at this guide, then you probably don't need to worry about that, because I'm assuming you're higher than level 12. If you're starting out, though, it doesn't take, you know, that long to get to level 12. So level 12 is what we're going to need only because of heists. I'll get into that in a minute or two. Next part, get a fast car. If you don't have your own, for example, in the gameplay, you'll see my secondary character has an adder, so I don't need to worry about this. But if you don't have your own, if you're actually starting from scratch, you have nothing, look out for either a Felon, an F620, or a Jackal. Those are probably the fastest and most common vehicles that you'll see around in GTA Online, so they're easy to find, easy to get, and you can use those vehicles up until you have enough money to buy your own car. And, you know, the benefit of having a fast vehicle is just getting around free mode, using them in contact missions. I mean, it's pretty obvious why you would need a decent and fast vehicle in GTA Online. Now, once you have a fast car, you're going to need a garage. Again, this is assuming you don't have a garage already. There's 2 options that I'll give you guys. The first option is to buy the cheapest one. It's $25,000. That's nothing. Like $25,000, you can make that in 2 minutes. The problem is it's not in a great location. It's on the eastern side of the map, kind of by the pay and spray down there at the bottom right in the industrial area of the city, and it is only 2 cars. Now, that's good if you just want to get up and running. The benefit of having a garage is you have access to the mechanic, and he can deliver your cars wherever you want. So you're going to need a garage to start out. That should be like one of the first things you buy, and you can go with one of these 2-car garages, but what I would do, just because it helps you out with making some money, it may cost a little bit more, so you may have to do a little bit more work to get it. Buy one of the 6-car garages up in Sandy Shores. Now, the downside is that it's up in Sandy Shores, so it's not in the greatest location. But we're going to actually, or what I'm going to do in this video, or in this gameplay, is I'm going to show you guys why that 6-car garage is useful. I believe it's only like $68,000, so it's not that much more expensive than the $25,000 one, and you do get the benefit of having 4 extra car slots. So that's what I would do if I were in your shoes. But the reason I picked the one out in Sandy Shores is because there's a method of getting these modded Sand King XLs to spawn, and that takes place up in Sandy Shores. And that leads us into the money part of this step, getting $200,000. There's multiple ways you can get this amount of money. If you are above level 6, you can do the flight school. That's something many people forget about. And just completing that, you get anywhere between $200,000 to $250,000. The things aren't like the missions in them, they're not even that hard to do. And I believe the most you can get if you do get all gold is 250K. So that's a super easy way, super quick way to get some money to start out with. So if you haven't done the flight school, I would suggest go doing the flight school. Apart from that though, getting back to the Sand Kings, just drive around Sandy Shores until you find a Sand King. That's the first step. And then if you want, just to be safe, go to the paint spray and put a tracker and all that on it. So if it does blow up, if somebody kills you, then you can call it again. You don't have to go around searching for another one. But once you have that Sand King XL, what we're going to do is basically drive up and down Route 68. And right across the street from the paint spray on that street, there's a car shop, like a used car shop. And from the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in-game, one of those modded Sand Kings will spawn. There's two different versions. There's a yellow version, and then there's a blue version. The blue version sells for, I believe, $18,000. The yellow version sells for $17,000, which isn't a whole lot. But if you get a garage full of them and you sell them every 48 minutes, that's just some extra money that you can get by, for the most part, doing nothing. You're just driving up and down a road until one of these vehicles spawn. And then, since we have our garage, our 6-car garage in Sandy Shores, that's right down the street, you can go put it in there and then repeat the process and continue getting these modded Sand Kings until your garage is full. That's another way of getting the $200,000. Apart from those two, the flight school and the Sand King, you can do free mode jobs. You can tag along with friends if they're doing VIP missions. You can also have friends set up some heists and you could join them. I mean, getting $200,000, it's fairly easy. Another route you can go if you don't have any friends, if you were just doing this solo, you can do some contact missions. Unfortunately, though, you're not going to have access to a lot of the good ones at super low level if you are a low level. But getting $200,000 is the goal because, and this goes into step 2, when you get $200,000, go ahead and buy the Del Perro Heights apartment. This is the one on the west side of the map, kind of by the pier. It's right next to the gun store. And the reason we're going to choose that one is because it's actually the least expensive high-end apartment, and you're going to need a high-end apartment for heists. And a little side note about that specific apartment, you can either choose the apartment 7 or the apartment 20. The apartment 20 is $5,000 more, but it has a significantly better view, so I would go with that one if the view is, something you're looking for. And now once you actually have that apartment, you can begin heists. Now, unfortunately, there is no secret method of getting $1 million super easily, super quickly, unless you are doing glitches or getting modded money. So this part is going to be a little grindy. However, doing heists, especially if you're doing them for the first time, they're really fun. And if you can get them to work flawlessly, not have people lag out or have randoms just completely ruin it for you, it could be a good time. And it won't actually feel like a grind. And then also the benefit of doing heists, if you are a lower level character, if you don't have anything unlocked, this will unlock some of the better vehicles, the Hydra, the Insurgent, the Armored Kuruma. You get access to a lot of vehicles, a lot of really cool stuff just by doing the heist. So that's another benefit. But our goal for step 2 is to get $1 million. That sounds like a lot, but by doing all of the heists, if you want to continue selling the Sand Kings, doing free mode jobs, tagging along in VIP missions, if you have friends that are doing that, getting $1 million won't be too hard. I mean, it might take you an hour or two, but it shouldn't be that bad. Side note, I'll leave a link in the description to this website. There's a website called GTALFH.com, and it's GTA looking for heists, I believe.com. I think that's what it stands for. And basically, people go on there and they post when they're doing heists, what platform they're on. And if you don't have anybody that wants to do heists with you, go on that website and you can find people that are actually competent and good to do these heists with you, because we all know if you do heists with randoms, more than likely they'll mess something up and then you'll have to do it all over again. So that's step 2. Get the apartment. That's obviously going to drop you down back to like $0 or close to it. And then just do heists until you get enough money. The reason the goal is at $1 million for step 2 is because that's how much it actually costs to buy the cheapest office. And that's what we're going for. However, if you're watching this the week I'm posting it, there's an event week going on where offices are 50% off. So if you're doing this, as the week I'm making this video, then you only need $500,000 because the goal is to get that cheapest office, which is the Maze Bank West. That's the one I own. Honestly, I don't see a reason to buy anything above that because you're not going to be in the office that long. And it's in a fairly good location. Like, it's not a bad spot to have. It's a pretty good view, too. But this does lead us to step 3, and that's buying that Maze Bank West office. And the reason we're going to buy it is to become a CEO. Not to sell crates, although you can do that if you want. But the reason to become a CEO is because you have access to being a VIP regardless of how much money you have in your account. One optional step that I would do that's highly recommended is to buy a buzzard, which is also 50% off the week I'm making this. So, you know, if you are getting that $1 million, then you can spend it on an office and a buzzard. The buzzard is just going to help tremendously in these next 2 missions, which is just going to make us the amount of money we need. Now go into an invite-only lobby and do the missions Headhunter and Sightseer. These are the easiest missions probably as a VIP. If you do have a buzzard, it makes them even easier because you can fly around. In an invite-only lobby, you can invite some friends if you want to speed this process along, get them some extra money as well. But once you become a VIP, then it's basically endless amounts of money in the easiest way. I mean, you still could do heists, but when you do that, you obviously have to take into account all the loading times. The part I love about being a VIP is that this all takes place in free mode, so there's no loading times. And if you want to take it a step further, there's the wave method, which will generate you roughly $211,000 per hour, which is on par with, you know, CEO stuff, the business stuff from the bikers. And the way this works, you start out with the Headhunter mission, complete it, wait for the cooldown, and then do the hostile takeover mission. I believe you can do the one at the LSIA, and that's like the easiest one. Then you wait for the cooldown to go away, you complete another Headhunter mission, then wait for the 3rd cooldown, and then back to back to back, you can do Sightseer, Headhunter, and then Hostile Takeover, which, like I said, will generate you around $200,000 to $210,000 per hour. It's super simple. You can do it in invite-only lobbies, so you don't have to worry about other people. You can invite friends along, but that's basically the steps, because if you keep doing that process in a few hours, you'll be back at $1 million, and then from there, if you want, you can go and buy the CEO warehouses if you want to get into that. If you want to do the biker businesses, you can get into that because that's just passive income. Again, if you want to learn a little bit more about those, check out the video I did a few days ago. The link will be in the description. Those are the 3 easy steps to get $1 million. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. The ultimate goal is to get a CEO office just to become a VIP, and then from there, you have an unlimited amount of options. So hopefully this video helped you out. One other thing I can say before I do end is that just be, especially if you are broke and if you're, doing this to get some money, don't buy everything. If you don't need ammo, if you don't need guns, don't buy them. If you don't need a car, don't buy it. Don't buy the yacht, that's for sure, unless you have a, $20+ million because it's a useless piece of junk that just sits out in the ocean. Just be smart when it comes to spending your money. When a new vehicle comes out, when a new DLC comes out, unless it's something you absolutely need, maybe wait a few weeks if you can, if you're patient, and then there might be a discount. And I guess if you get really desperate, then you can buy a shark card, which, like I said, on G2A's website, you might find them for really cheap. So I would just have that stuff bookmarked and every now and then check on it because, as you saw, I got a shark card for $10 on the Xbox One. So that's a pretty good deal, even though I'm kind of against buying shark cards. But either way, hope this video helped you guys out if you are broke and you need $1 million. If you have any questions, just, ask away in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you all for watching, though. Drop a like, subscribe, all that stuff. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.